Hello everyone, this is your weather on Fly outlook and discussion for Thursday, June 12, 2025. Update concerning convective outlook days 2 to 3. For Friday, there is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms from southern Montana into much of the central high plains. A shortwave trough will move across the Pacific Northwest during the day and into the northern Rockies late, with an upper ridge building from northern Mexico into Arizona and New Mexico. Meanwhile, modest westerly flow aloft will exist over the northeast as a weak disturbance moves across Arkansas and Missouri into the mid-Mississippi and lower Ohio valleys. At the surface, low pressure will exist across the Great Basin with a southwest flow regime south of the upper trough, with a lee trough along the length of the high plains. Increasing boundary layer theta E will spread into the high plains via southeast winds, resulting in an elongated area of scattered severe storm potential during the afternoon and evening. Strong heating will occur over much of west central and southwest Montana, and extending into Wyoming, Colorado, and New Mexico, as well as western Nebraska, Kansas, and the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles, resulting in steep lapse rates. Meanwhile, southeast surface winds will bring moisture northwestward into the high plains, with a large area of moderate instability developing. Storms are expected to form by early to mid-afternoon over western Montana, with additional storms into eastern Wyoming and northeast Colorado. These will likely produce hail and areas of damaging wind. Other isolated storms are likely all the way south into eastern New Mexico and western Texas. Elsewhere, strong instability and ample moisture may result in scattered strong storms over much of Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and vicinity, though the likelihood of ongoing early storms and outflows results in low predictability at this time, with locally strong gusts may occur. For Saturday, there is a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms across much of the high plains into the plains. The highest storm coverage in this area appears to be within eastern Wyoming into western South Dakota and Nebraska given a shortwave perturbation moving through during the afternoon. With around 30 to 40 knots of effective shear and strong surface heating, scattered storms capable of large hail and severe wind gusts are possible. A low-level jet will develop during the evening and focus in Nebraska and South Dakota. Some activity may be able to last into the evening. Some guidance develops elevated storms farther east in South Dakota as the low-level jet strengthens. Elevated buoyancy will be large and shear will be sufficient for some storm organization. Though development is conditional, low severe probabilities have been extended into this area given the hail and isolated wind damage threat. With the upper-level trough generally remaining in the northwest, the strongest mid-level winds should remain over parts of the northern Rockies into the northern plains. Lingering, sufficient low-level moisture should allow for isolated to widely scattered storms to develop within the higher terrain and spread into central and southeast Montana. Hail and severe gusts are the likely hazards with this activity. Across the southern plains, there remains some potential for activity from overnight Friday to persist into Saturday morning. Guidance varies in the location of where storms may intensify as the surface heats, but the general theme is that a continuation of overnight activity or perhaps development along an outflow boundary is possible. Shear will not be overly strong, particularly with eastward extent, but large instability in a moist, uncapped environment could support a corridor of damaging wind potential. Low severe probabilities have been extended east to account for this possibility, though uncertainty is still high. Across the mid-south into mid-Atlantic, another day of scattered convection is possible in these regions as a low-amplitude, diffuse upper-level trough shifts eastward. Poor lapse rates and weak shear should limit the overall severe threat. Isolated damaging winds are possible, but, again, highlighting an area of greater organization is quite uncertain at this time. Be sure to share, like and subscribe for the latest Storm Prediction Center outlooks.